Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Uncovering the Hidden Agendas, a video series dedicated to showing you all how Satan has put his hand of influence on just about every aspect of society. So today's topic is red, yellow, blue, and green. In the very first episode of this series, I uncovered the deeper meaning of the red and blue theme that we see all over society, in music videos, and Super Bowl halftime shows, and gas station logos, and so many other things. So today we're going to talk about the red, yellow, blue, and green theme. Why do we see it so much? And what does it really mean? Let's take a deeper look. The four elements in witchcraft and many occult practices are known as the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. These are considered the building blocks of magic, and in some Wiccan practices, the hands and feet of the god and goddess. A few traditions of Wicca also include a fifth element, which is spirit or self, but that is not universal among all pagan paths. The concept of four elements is hardly a new one. A Greek philosopher named Empedocles is credited with the cosmogonic theory of these four elements being the root of all existing matter. Much of Empedocles' writing has been lost, but his ideas remain and are widely accepted by many pagans. The elements are understood to be distinct spiritual energies and are an integral part of Wiccan ritual. Typically, they are invoked at the start of ritual to participate in the celebration at hand and in any magical work performed. Each of the four classical elements is associated with one of the four cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west, and each is called upon by the ritual celebrant, who turns to face each direction to address and invite the spirit of the element into the circle. Each zodiac sign is associated with an element, creating four trios of signs that relate to each other at this elemental level. The minor arcana of the tarot deck is comprised of four suits, most commonly named wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. The four suits are associated with the four elements: swords with air, wands with fire, cups with water, and pentacles with earth. The face cards also correspond to the elements. The page is earth, the knight is air, the queen is water, and the king is fire. So clearly very spiritual and ritualistic in content. The four elements are sometimes represented by the symbol for alchemy. Various geometric shapes encompassed inside a magical circle represent elements key in performing magic, including attainment of physical training, spiritual illumination, and immortality. Alright, so now what does all of this have to do with the four colors that we're talking about today? The four elements, earth, air, fire, and water, are also represented by colors. For color correspondences, red and orange are used for fire associations, water is associated with the color blue, air is associated with the colors yellow and white, both green and brown connect to the earth. So anytime we see these four colors together in a combination, it's representing the four elements, which is representing a magical or occult ritual, which is representing Wiccanism, New Age paganism, and all these other things. The element of spirit, the fifth element, can be associated with violet, orange, or white. This four-color combo also has links to Freemasonry and Rosicrucianism. For example, the General Grand Chapter logo of the Order of the Eastern Star uses these four colors, in addition to white, which spirit can be represented as. This is a Masonic body open to both genders. And also the Rosy Cross of the Rosicrucians. You see the four colors at each corner of the cross. So, where in society do we see this color theme? We're going to see a lot of familiar examples and maybe some not so familiar examples. There's a lot packed in here, but the goal is to show you all how this color combination and overall this Wiccan belief system has influenced so much of our society, and how many influential figures, let's say, have imposed this belief system on us without us even knowing it. Of course, Google uses these colors in Google itself and in its various sub-products. And what they had to say about the order of the colors in the Google logo itself was the following. There were a lot of different color iterations. We ended up with the primary colors, but instead of having the pattern go in order, we put a secondary color on the L, which brought back the idea that Google doesn't follow the rules. So again, a mindset we've seen over and over throughout this series. Anarchy, breaking the rules, do as thou wilt, a very satanic mindset at its core. And of course, if we break down the Google Chrome logo, not just has these 4 colors, but there's another hidden message. 666. What other brands have this color scheme? Microsoft, eBay, Slack, a messaging app for the workplace, AVG antivirus software, Zoho, a technology company in India. We see a lot of tech companies have this color scheme. The former Toys R Us, Ally, a weight loss program, Kind Healthy Snacks, iValueHealth.net. We also see this color combination in various locations and geographical areas around the world. NRG Park uses these 4 colors. And of course, this was the place where the Astroworld Festival took place. The flag of Mauritius has these 4 colors. This is an island located in the Indian Ocean. South Africa uses these 4 colors. And New Caledonia, a French territory in the South Pacific, also uses these 4 colors in their flag. We see it in music. The former band NSYNC once sported these 4 colors in addition to black. And just one more example to help this case. They once were featured on the show Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Alright, so there's just one of probably many ties to witchcraft. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Between these very colorful outfits, you can find all 4 colors somewhere. And one of many albums they released, Elemental. You can't get more overt than that. Earth, Wind, Fire, 3 of the 4 elements mentioned in their name.
How about Earth, Wind, and Fire? It's interesting to note that when witches get together, they will call upon 4 guardians they believe that rule: Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water. This group chooses 3 of those 4 names. Maurice White of this group believes that he is an incarnate demon. By incarnate, he believes that he is a 100% demon taken on flesh. If you'll notice in the back, there are pyramids. Pyramid power is not something new. It's something that's been around for thousands of years.
The Jackson 5 have also used this color combo, and Michael in the middle wearing orange, which is one of the colors representing the 5th element of spirit. And one of their albums they've released, the Magic Collection. Alright, again, very overt. The band JLS has used this color theme. Heathers the Musical, all 4 colors are represented in their outfits. And this is a very dark show with a lot of supernatural influence. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. And they're even targeting children. The Bubble Numbs, a cooking show for children, once released this song.
Red, yellow, green, blue. Red, yellow, green, blue. Red, yellow, green, blue.
And that's basically the whole song. Like, there are clear intentions there based on what we've talked about so far. And we'll see many other examples of how they're targeting children. Why do you think there are so many shows on Disney Channel that feature witches and witchcraft and magic and spells? There is a clear agenda here. We see it in movies. Cars. When you put the Disney princess side by side, all 4 colors are represented. And what a coincidence. Each of the princesses have some sort of magical power. And a game that was released for the DS, the original DS, Disney Princess Magical Jewels. It's right there in our faces. Lord of the Rings, the 4 hobbits represent all 4 colors in their outfits. If that's not enough for you, there are 3 wizards in the film. Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is wearing yellow, and then the 3 good fairies in the background representing the other colors. The literal definition of fairy is an imaginary being with some form of magical power. The hero of Color City. All 4 colors are represented here on the cover of this movie. And isn't it interesting? I remember in my childhood when I would go to a restaurant, oftentimes they would give you a color book and they would give you those 4 colors: red, yellow, blue, and green. Like those were the only colors we could use. TV shows and TV series, it's all over the place, including in kids shows such as Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. If you've seen the show, there are a lot of subtle but overt references to magic. There's a character called the Wizard of Diz, and at the beginning of each episode, this is what happens.
Hey everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. Say, you want to come inside my clubhouse? Well, all right, let's go. Oh, I almost forgot. To make the clubhouse appear, we get to say the magic words. Miska, Mooska, Mickey Mouse. Say it with me. Miska, Mooska, Mickey Mouse.
Best way to hide something is in plain sight. It's right there in our faces, and we're too blind to see it. Teletubbies. The 4 characters represent these 4 colors. And a lot of magical references in this show as well. The Magic Pumpkin, the Magic Song, and the Magic House, just to name a few. The Powerpuff Girls, all 4 colors are represented in the eyes and in their hair. One of the episodes of the show is called Abracadabra, featuring witchcraft, magic, playing with the afterlife, and so much more. Dragon Tales, all 4 colors plus violet for spirit are represented by the 4 dragons, and this happened in each episode.
I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land apart.
Definitely sounded like an incantation, and then by some magical power, they're carried off to this magical land far, far away where dragons exist. Placed in a friendly light, but any reference to a dragon in a TV show is a metaphor for the devil, no matter how friendly, how happy they may look. Alvin and the Chipmunks, all 4 colors are represented in their outfits. And a lot of magic featured in this TV show as well. Shaq Magic, the Magic Mixture, Reach for the Magic, etc. Animator versus animation, all 5 colors featured there. Totally Spies, one of the episode titles is Do You Believe in Magic? Transformers Rescue Bots, all 4 colors represented. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, got red, yellow, blue, purple, and all of the turtles are green, all 5 represented. Jet and the Pet Rangers, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Gargoyles from Disney Channel, red, yellow, blue, green. We see it a lot in anime as well. This is the show Konosuba, Vivid Red Operation, Kamen Rider Saber, a Japanese TV drama, Seiju Sentai Gingaman, another TV drama, Yo-Yo Man, Yes Procure 5, another anime show, Witches 5, subgroup of the Deathbusters from the Sailor Moon anime series. Alright, all 5 colors are represented there. And I wonder if this star on each of their heads is symbolic of the mark of the beast. And we might talk in a later episode about what the mark of the beast is. We see this color combination in various game shows as well. Wheel of Fortune, Body Language, a show from the 80s, Classic Concentration, another older show, Double Dare. See, the colors are covered by the stage and this thing back here. Tattletales, another show from the 80s. Various card games and board games. Uno, of course, and Dos, the sequel to Uno. Phase 10, Hit the Deck, Sorry, Twister, Trouble, Parcheesi, Simon, the memory game where you have to memorize the order in which the colors illuminate. The Game Plan game, Life Skills for Kids, 4 decks there. Skip-Bo, Blink, Blocus, and Anaud Games, a board game company based in Jerusalem, featuring these 4 colors in their logo. We see it in video games just the same, in consoles and in the games themselves, such as the Nintendo 64, SNES, and PlayStation. All 4 colors are represented. And let's take a closer look at SNES. If you look in these curves here, it gives you enough space to put a very familiar number in there, 33, representing the 33 degrees of Freemasonry, and 33 also symbolic of 1/3, aka the number of angels that fell from heaven. Xbox and Sega Dreamcast. Mario and Luigi of the Mario franchise. All 4 colors are represented in their outfits. And in various games that this franchise has released, all 4 colors are represented. Pokemon has released a game or a version with all 4 colors represented. Guitar Hero 3, all 4 colors down here, plus orange for a spirit. Rock Band, all 4 colors. Castle Crashers, Mega Man X, Advance Wars. When 4 players play this game, of course they are assigned these 4 colors. Deltarune, looks like an old game, but came out within the last 5 years. All 4 colors represented by this little faction. Jack and Daxter, the eco-substance found in this game, creates these 4 colors. Or I guess I should say, is created with these 4 colors or elements. Stickman Party for Android, all 4 characters are represented with these colors. Gpop.io, one of various computer games that feature these colors as well. Politics, this one blew my mind. So we know that blue represents Democrats, red represents Republican, but of course in addition to that there are various third parties or minor parties, however you want to call them, and the leading 2 minor parties are the Libertarian Party and the Green Party. So when you put the 2 top political parties, Democrat, Republican, and the 2 leading third parties, Libertarian and Green Party, together, here's what you get. Red, yellow, green, and blue. Like, how do you explain that? Are all politicians involved in the occult in some way or another? Sports. Some mind-blowing information here too. First, the Olympics. 4 colors represented, plus black. And it's interesting to note that the rings are interlocked, as in the 4 elements, all necessary for these rituals, for these Wiccan or pagan methods. Alright, and we see in various Olympic logos from the past, these 4 colors are represented in some type of way. So spiritualism is definitely a key component of the Olympics. And if you don't believe me, check out this speech from 2012 given at the Paralympics closing ceremony. I call upon the spirit of autumn, the spirits of water, there's one element, of the ebb and flow of emotion, of open seas and running streams, of cleansing rain, spirit of the evening sun, of twilight and of autumn, I call upon the spirit of winter, the spirit of earth. Number 2, of the womb of creation, of the night and the snows of winter, deep roots and ancient stones. I call upon the spirit of spring, the spirit of air. There's 3. The breath of life, of sunrise, of new life and new growth. I call upon the spirit of summer, the spirit of fire. There's 4. Of energy, of passion, spirit of the noonday sun, the heat of summer, vitality and abundance. My friends, let the festival commence. These 4 elements have been called upon. Now the ritual can begin. It's crazy. Something else that blew my mind. I took a look at the past few playoff brackets from the NBA playoffs, and here's what I found. In 2022, the Final Four, the conference finalists, Mavericks, Warriors, Heat, and Celtics. If you look closely, all 4 colors are represented. Blue and yellow by the Warriors, blue again by the Mavericks, red by the Heat, and green by the Celtics. Go back to 2021. The 4 finalists. Clippers representing blue and red, the Suns yellow/orange, and then the Bucks over here representing green. You go back to the 2 years previous to that. 2020, the Lakers representing yellow. Denver Nuggets have blue in their uniform. Heat, red. Celtics, green. 2019, Warriors, blue and yellow. Trailblazers have red as part of their uniform. The Bucks, green. And the Raptors also have red in their jersey. And if you go back again, 2018, Rockets, red. Warriors, blue and yellow. Cavaliers, kind of a dark red. Celtics, green. All 4. 2017, Warriors, blue and yellow. Rockets, red. Celtics, green. All 4 represented. And the Raptors also have red. So even in sports, which is supposedly for entertainment, even here, to represent supposedly the best 4 teams in the league each year, the 4 colors, the 4 elements are being celebrated. Ain't that something? It's not just the NBA though. The NFL also does it. 2021, green and yellow in the Packers logo, red in the Buccaneers and Chiefs logo, and blue in addition to red in the Bills logo. 2020, blue and red in the Bills, red in the Chiefs, red in the Buccaneers, and yellow and green in the Packers. It's all over the place, right in our faces. They even do the same in the NHL, the National Hockey League. Final 4 teams, yellow here, green, blue, red. Yellow and blue, green, yellow, and red here. And just a few more examples. The old school model of vans created for kids feature these 4 colors. M&Ms have these 4 colors represented in addition to orange and brown, which are both symbolic of the 5th element. Pride Month, which is happening as we speak, also has these 4 colors represented. I wonder what's up with that. And even when we're driving along the freeway, in the street signs above us, these 4 colors are represented. So this is all over the place. This color combination has been placed into a lot of the things that we do and consume. For evils have encompassed me beyond number, Psalm 40 verse 12. So if you Google the meaning behind the logo of any of those companies or the reason for this color combination in general, you're going to get a bunch of lies. This is the real reason: to simulate and symbolize calling on spirits, calling on elements, to embrace witchcraft, put it in our face to subconsciously get us into these same practices. So maybe you've engaged in some of the things I've mentioned: songs, shows, movies, games, companies. But I've got one more color combination for you. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red as crimson, they shall be like wool. So, even though we've engaged in sin and not known it, God has the strength to forgive us and to help us live a life without these things. So with that being said, I'll wrap it up for this episode. Hope to see you all in the next one. Be vigilant, my friends.